I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today we have a truly intriguing and urgent topic to discuss. We're going to delve into a recent development that has left many people scratching their heads and feeling concerned about the future of clean water access in the United States. That's right. I'm talking about the ongoing saga between the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, and the beloved water filtration company, Berkey. Now, if you're not familiar with Berkey, let me give you a quick rundown. Berkey is known for its gravity-fed water filters, which have consistently delivered top-notch performance in removing contaminants from water. In fact, their filters have been praised for their ability to remove heavy metals and even radioactive isotopes like cesium-137, which is crucial in today's world where the threat of nuclear conflict looms large. But here's the kicker. The EPA has recently taken action that has effectively put Berkey's sales on hold, and the situation is raising a lot of eyebrows. I recently had the chance to listen to a Health Ranger Report interview on BrightLearn.com with Mike Adams, the publisher of naturalnews.com, and Jim Shepard, the founder of Berkey. And let me tell you, the conversation was both enlightening and alarming. Jim shared some fascinating insights into what's been happening behind the scenes, and it's clear that there's a lot more to this story than meets the eye. According to Jim, the trouble began in May 2022 when the EPA stopped one of Berkey's containers. This was a first for them, as they'd been shipping their products without issue for years. After some back and forth with the EPA, they were initially assured that their products were exempt from certain regulations because they mechanically remove bacteria and pathogens from water rather than using chemicals to kill them. However, things took a turn in December when one of Berkey's large dealers received a stop sale order, and the term pesticide was thrown into the mix. Now, here's where things get really puzzling. The EPA is claiming that Berkey's filters are pesticides because they remove viruses and bacteria from water. But as Jim pointed out, this classification doesn't make sense. If removing contaminants from water makes a product a pesticide, then wouldn't that mean that any device that cleans water, including something as simple as a strainer, could be considered a pesticide? It's a baffling argument that has left many people confused and frustrated. Jim also explained that being forced to register as a pesticide would be a huge blow to Berkey. It would mean being off the market for 2 to 3 years and having to comply with a host of regulations that would require them to label their filters as hazardous materials. This is something they are not willing to do, especially since they believe their products are safe and effective. As of now, Berkey is embroiled in a federal lawsuit against the EPA, seeking clarity on why their filters are being labeled as pesticides. Jim expressed his frustration at the lack of transparency from the EPA, stating that they have yet to receive a clear explanation for the classification. This legal battle has been ongoing for months, and the uncertainty is taking a toll on the company and its customers. The situation is particularly concerning for consumers who rely on Berkey filters for clean water. With natural disasters like hurricanes and wildfires becoming more frequent, access to clean water is more important than ever. Berkey filters are a lifeline for many people, especially those living in areas with unreliable municipal water systems. The idea that the EPA could be making it harder for people to obtain these filters is troubling, to say the least. Despite the challenges, there is a silver lining. Jim mentioned that some dealers still have Berkey products in stock, and they can be purchased through Amazon or directly from authorized dealers. However, he did warn consumers to be cautious of counterfeit filters, which are a growing problem. He provided some tips for identifying authentic Berkey filters, such as checking the packaging and the priming button. The situation with Berkey is just one example of the ongoing battle between consumers and federal agencies. As Mike pointed out, it raises questions about the priorities of the EPA and other government agencies. Why are they targeting products that help people access clean water while allowing harmful chemicals to be used in agriculture and other industries? It's a question that deserves an answer. In conclusion, the Berkey saga is a stark reminder of the challenges we face in our quest for clean water and the importance of staying informed and vigilant. As consumers, we need to support companies like Berkey that are committed to providing safe and effective products. And as citizens, we need to hold our government agencies accountable and demand transparency and common sense in their decision-making. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the BrightLearn podcast. I hope you found this discussion as enlightening as I did. If you have any thoughts or questions about this topic, feel free to reach out and let me know. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast for more thought-provoking conversations. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Jim Shepard and Mike Adams on September 14th, 2023. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.